And good evening and welcome to the beautiful campus of Hardeman University. We are here at the Athletic Center. And women's basketball today only. Coach Joe Holloway, Jeremy will not be with us. He's not completely under the weather, but he felt like that he wanted to give you the quality of broadcast, and a little slow, but he's getting there. He'll be back with us on the next broadcast. Worthy Road Studios bringing you this broadcast. And, of course, the participants today are the Covenant College Scots versus the Hardeman Lady Lions. We're going to take a short time out, and when we come back, we'll have our pregame show with Coach Joshua Epperson. And the pregame show with Coach Joshua Evans. Joshua, we started out like a ball of fire, but some injuries have slowed us down. We're still playing good basketball, though. We were in the game, had Bethel right where we wanted them, and the clock just ran out on us.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it. Yeah, you're right. At the end of the game there, we made a surge back, closed that gap, and then had a couple shots close to the buzzer we thought we might get, even one that may have been fouled and maybe not. Obviously, that's just how the game's played, but a lot of fight in that team in that game, and going forward from that, just having to make some adjustments as we go, and we've made some of those. That when you have an injury, that happens, but that's just how it is. From there, we've got some things we have to do better. We haven't done as well on the defensive end as we'd like to the last game or so, and we have to do a better job there and have to do a better job on the boards. But there's a lot of improvements from some players have had to step up lately. That is a good sign, especially for our future going forward.
Absolutely. Now, during Christmas, I know everybody, you talked about some things we needed to work on. What did we get accomplished at Christmas?
Yeah, a good thing we worked on a lot over the Christmas break, or especially this last week right here, is number one, we did take a little break, which is not something that normally gets to happen at all, but there really wasn't much we could do as far as with COVID and everything else. We had to take a couple weeks off, so the girls got to do a little bit on their own, which was good. They came back and were shooting a lot better when they came back into the gym, which is huge. And seemed refreshed, which is also important too, especially as you head into really get into the meat of the conference schedule as we go into that next. But one thing we worked a lot on was our transition offense, trying to score a little bit more, getting some of those easy baskets as well, and transition defense. And a key for us the last couple of games, we have not done as well in the transition game defensively, and trying to work on that, not giving up the easy baskets. That's what hurts you in the long term, is if you give up the easy ones and you don't take advantage of getting the easy ones on the other end.
And, you talked about the legs earlier coming back, and they were refreshed. This conference, as do many conferences, play a lot of Thursday-Saturday combinations, and that works on your legs a little bit because you've really only got 1 day's recovery on Friday from that, and you still have to at least do a walkthrough with your game plan on Saturday.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. There's a lot. You have to be very smart in that in the long term. I know when I started coaching at the very beginning, that was one of those mistakes you make, is the fact that we're going to outwork everybody. Well, that's good, but the fact is you have to also realize, hey, we actually have to play well in games. And so you have to find that half medium where you go hard but maybe not go as long. And then you just have to be really precise and use those practice times that you have well, because otherwise you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot otherwise.
I've run into some Hardeman fans both at church and in the community, and they want to know two things. It's really two things. It's one, really injuries. They want to know how we're doing with our injuries, as we have two young ladies that are injured. Yeah,
so we'll start with Reagan, who obviously was a big thing for us when she went down the Lindsey Wilson game. Reagan is doing really well, recovering well. When they originally talked to her, they were saying 3 to 6 months. And kind of 6 months, we put her pretty much out, period. The good news is it came in the beginning of this week is it's looking like could be a return back to practice and everything around the 1st of February, which means we might still have her for about 8 conference games possibly, which would be big. That's not all of our conference schedule. Obviously, we'll play a lot of games before then, but getting her back will be huge. That senior leadership she provides, she just is that glue player on both ends of the floor, and it'll be nice when she comes back. Other player that's out right now that will be coming back hopefully next week is Shania Brooks, a player a lot of Freed Hardeman fans are familiar with. She'll be going to the doctor, hopefully getting clear to do everything starting next week, and that'll be big. That's 2 point guard type players we've been without, and our other players have done a great job filling in, doing different things, but it'll be good to have them back in part of the fold here.
Time is tight on the pregame show, but today's opponent is Covenant. They're 0-4, but a dangerous 0-4. They've played a couple of tough teams on their schedule, and they've got 3 kids either over 10 points a game or so close that they can taste the 10-point-a-game average.
The thing that's tough about them, too, is they are a very hard-nosed, hard-working team. They're going to get every loose ball. They're going to fight you for everything. And like you said, they've had some close games. They've played a couple D1 schools to start the season, and so they're a team that comes in there. I know they're hungry. They only lost by 5 or 6 to Faulkner just the other day, and that was a neck-to-neck game, most of it. So they're ready to play, and I know our girls are as well, but it should be a really good, hard-fought game today.
Coach Joshua Epperson with the pregame show. Coach, let's go get them.
All right.
And welcome back. A great pregame interview. Coach Joshua Epperson, so much fun to talk to. Very knowledgeable young man building this program. They come in with a record of 6-5. Of course, we talked about some key injuries, and it looks like we're going to get both of those young ladies back this season. Looking forward to that. The opponent today is the Covenant College Scots. They come out of Lookout Mountain, Georgia. They have a little history. The startings of this college was out on the West Coast. And, of course, Freed Hardeman University comes into this game 150 years at Freed Hardeman. And we want you to join us in celebrating the story, the survival, endurance, and the faith of a great Christian education institution. And they made it through 2 world wars and also through the Great Depression. All kinds of awards coming to the Freed Hardeman College, and of course an award-winning basketball team with 2 winning teams that teach sportsmanship, and of course the champions of character, the NAI. We have had several, and we have a long-standing history. And originally at one time, Freed Hardeman was a junior college because a transfer from Freed Hardeman after his junior college career had ended was on the same basketball team in college with myself. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about some fine young ladies on both teams. And, of course, we know more about our Freed Hardeman team. Starting lineup will be fairly familiar. And, of course, Ray Pack is on the scorebook today. Ray does such a great job. You also hear Ray talking football, baseball, basketball. He is the voice of the Chester County Eagles. He'll be the voice of Freed Hardeman softball this year that Worthy Road Studios brings you. Paul Schultze and his fine corporation. As you can see, we always have the scoreboard. We have the clock, and you'll get the best shots. You can see this game streamed on Freed Hardeman's Facebook page, but guess what? Tonight, this game will be put up and archived on YouTube, and you can see it in high definition. And you won't see anything any better on CBS or ABC or any of those networks. Now, let's tell you a little bit about both of these teams today. And you notice that my partner, Jeremy, is not here, so I'm doing my work and his too, but that's all right. Jeremy will be back with us on the next broadcast. Across the way, there, of course, the camera's on me right now, but Taylor Hodges, the fine SID, is over there on the far side. And Covenant College comes in here with an overall record of 0-4. They're 0-2 away, 0-2 in neutral sites. They have played some Division I NCAA and NAIA teams. They have scored 249 points on the season. They've given up 335, so their opponents are averaging about 83.8 points per ball game. Some of the opponents, you'll recognize their names: Birmingham Southern, East Texas Baptist, Texas Dallas, comes in at 10.5. She's injured, but when Reagan Floyd was injured, she was averaging 9.2 points per game. And, of course, Hannah Hughes has a good 9.1 average, rebounds well, and Allie Crumpler, who probably will start today, 5.2 points per ball game. And we'll give you the starting lineups. Actually, we'll go down to the floor, and it's going to be a case of how we handle the ball, make decisions out of the point guard spot. A great two-guard in KJ White will play a lot of point guard today. And some of our opponents that we have played and beaten are Blue Mountain, Brescia out of Kentucky, Florida College, Faulkner, which we do have one common opponent. We beat Faulkner by 24, Talladega, and, of course, the game that Reagan got hurt in, Lindsey Wilson University. And we have a tough two overtime loss to Cumberland College in Tennessee. That's Cumberland, Tennessee. And we have the heartbreaking loss to Bethel, but they get to come down here and play at our house in February, 60-57. And then another loss to Lindsey Wilson and Missouri Baptist. We did pick up a forfeit win officially today over Life College. They forfeited that game. We are 6-5, and we're playing anyway, so a chance to get some experience because we've got a tough road schedule. We'll tell you more about next week, and we are getting very close to starting lineup time, and it's just about the time to say it is basketball time at Freed Hardeman University in the great city of Henderson, Tennessee. I do not know the officials today, and we are upstairs. And you've noticed they've changed the court. Most of you are used to looking into our bench, which is such a great shot. And you see Jeremy trying to distance himself from some people today. And he was not got COVID, but might have been exposed to it. And he's Taylor Hodges, who had it earlier, and that was back during the summer. And I tell you what we're going to do. Let's go down to the floor and pick up the public address announcer.
Freed Hardeman University, the Mid-South Conference, and the NAIA would like to take this opportunity to encourage you to help everyone enjoy today's contest by being a true champion of character. By displaying respect and good sportsmanship, you can help create a positive environment for today's teams, officials, and fans. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats for our prayer to be led by Scott and Miss Kelly, followed by the playing of our country's national anthem.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the blessings that you blessed our lives with, and help us always to be grateful and appreciative of the things that we have. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for these young ladies here today. We pray for their safety during this contest, and we pray that no one gets injured today. We pray for everyone's safety as they travel home, and just take care of us. We also pray that you would be with our lands. We pray for peace. We pray for this COVID virus to finally go its own way. And we pray for everyone's health. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen.
Freed Hardeman Lady Line basketball.
Introducing to the floor the starting lineup for both teams, beginning with the visitors from Covenant College. At forward, a 5'10" freshman from Deerfield Beach, Florida, number 1, Destiny Mergeles. At forward, a 5'11" freshman from Cleveland, Tennessee, number 13, Morgan Rouse. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore from Lawrence, South Carolina, number 15, Ruthie Moore. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore from Austin, Texas, number 21, Cosette Kirch. And at guard, a 5'10" sophomore from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, number 33, Michaela Price. The Scots are coached by Skylar Barefoot in her 3rd season. She's assisted by John Ginn and Morgan Douglas. And now get on your feet and make some noise. Here are the starters for your Lady Lions. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore from Trenton, Tennessee, number 2, K.J. White. At guard, a 5'7" junior from Lyles, Tennessee, number 4, Allie Crumpler. At forward, a 6' sophomore from Santa Rosa, California, number 12, Caroline Chambers. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore from Dixon, Tennessee, number 15, Reagan Irvine. And at forward, a 5'10" junior from Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, number 24, Alyssa LeMay. Your Lady Lions are coached by Josh Epperson in his 1st season. He's assisted by Abby Stutz, Darby Viskelly, and Haley Kroon.
And we are just about ready for basketball. Freed Hardeman versus Covenant. And we want to thank all of y'all that are listening. You've still got time to inform folks that you can listen or watch the live stream on Freed Hardeman's Facebook connection. And then tonight it will be on YouTube, Worthy Road Studios, with the high definition production of this. From Lookout Mountain is Covenant, and from here in Henderson, Tennessee, the homestanding Lady Lions. Looks like Caroline Chambers is going to jump against Megan Rouse. And we are just about ready for the officials have gotten rid of their mask. And of course, here's the tip. Covenant controls it. They are the Covenant Scots. They'll be facing good man-to-man pressure by the Lady Lions. More of a pack-type defense played mostly right at the arc. They will come over a step or two. Trying to penetrate, that was Bryce. Heading towards the goal, spinning, is number 1, Destiny Margillis, and she scores her first 2 points. She is their leading scorer. And we'll have to control her. She has a lot of different spin moves and wants to penetrate. 4 out, 1 under. We see a successful cut, popping out. 3 up, off the iron. First shot, they'll let it roll out of bounds. And it belongs to Covenant College. Freed Hardeman trailing at 9:15. Remember, we play by quarters in women's basketball. Men still play by the traditional 20-minute halves. Picked up about 40 feet away is the point guard. It was Kirsch. She gives it off to Price. Price is in the lane, nowhere to go with it. Now kicks it out. I believe there's a 3-second violation, and that'll be the first turnover on the Lady Scots. The inbound, Freed Hardeman. Here's K.J. White with pressure streaking up the floor. Penetrate, kicks. We didn't get a shot out of it. The Scots in man-to-man or player-to-player defense, to be politically correct. We try to force one in, gets knocked away. Picked up left short, and the rebound belongs to Ruthie Moore. Moore has it now, wanted to drive, gives it off to Kirsch. Kirsch has it, gives it off. Moore driving. A little bit of dribble drive. Here's a 3-point shot up by Price. No good. Rebound. And comes off, and Chambers gets the rebound for the Lady Lions. Still 2-0. Not quite 2 minutes gone. Here's the long skip pass. And now we'll set our offense with 17 seconds in the shot clock. And that one gets knocked away and stolen by Megan Rouse. See the coach calling for a particular set play. Looks like just a dribble weave with a high screen. The high set driving in off the iron, no good, and the ball knocked away from Alyssa LeMay. And now a substitution. Tori Caldwell coming into the ball game for the Lady Scots. KJ White being closely guarded by Kirsch. Here's walk-through screen, the kick out. LeMay wanted to, but that time ankle kind of turned. You watch the feet just a little bit, caused her to make a move that causes a walk. Still 2-0 at the 7:31 mark. One of the great features from Worthy Road Studio. You can always see that clock, so I won't call the timeout quite as much. A box set with cross screens, overloading one side, going inside to the post, and she took a little hop. That little hop is a walk. You cannot do that.
Substitution for the Lady Lions, number 51, Hannah Hughes.
I believe that's the second turnover today. And again, they're going to put some pressure on KJ White. Normally a two-guard, and we've repeated that a couple of times. She can do this, but you have to change, and she's got a couple of games now under her belt. Round the horn, White has it. Over to, and our first basket is coming in the way of the starter, Reagan Purvine. What a great job she does, Purvine. 2-2, first tie. Green, as you see, they run a lot of screen and roll and dribble handoffs. Kicking the ball around the perimeter. Good cutoff defense then. Here's a 17-footer, rolls around, no good. Alyssa LeMay with the rebound. Down in the corner, the shot no good by Hannah Hughes, who's in the ball game now. Back on the attacks, Covenant. See them post up now. They got as deep as they wanted to. Here's the left hook, left it a little short. Got to follow all the way through. LeMay with the rebound, quickly up the court. Crumpler has it. Now LeMay wants to stop, pop. She got fouled. You can see it hitting the arm right there. A lot of times as you move up, the pros get away with that pop in the elbow all the time. LeMay, who has not scored early in the ball game, will go to the line and shoot two, and now wholesale substitutions. We see that Destiny Margillis comes back into the game. Let's see who they have. Tori Caldwell, Karis McIntosh on the floor along with Ruthie Moore, and they have one more starter. First one shot it, rolls off the rim. And, of course, LeMay, normally a very good free throw shooter, hits about 70% from the free throw line. Second shot up, nothing but string music. Freed Hardeman takes its first lead in the game at 3-2. And now, let's see, there must be a clock problem. And they're looking at the shot clock. Trail official would be checking that, and they're probably adjusting the 30-second clock. And, yes, they do. 27 seconds will be where we'll inbound the ball with. And that is one of the responsibilities. This is something where you need my good friend Dave Wade here to talk about officials. He's a great color man, but he's also a great official too in football and basketball. Covenant with the basketball, running a one-post offense at this time. They fake the dribble handoff. They kick it out, and they wanted Margillis to have it. She sets a screen, though. There should be the third turnover unofficially by Karis McIntosh. Coming back in the game, Caroline Chambers. And it looks like LeMay is going to sit down. Now this time we're showing 5 out at this particular juncture. Chambers does go into the post area on the far side, around the horn. Crumpler shot up off the front of the iron. Rebound by Ruthie Moore. And they have 2 Moores on the team. Also in the ball game is a young lady that we had to add to our roster late, Madison Blevins, wearing 0. It's Moore with the basketball. Back to Blevins. Over on the side to Caldwell. Knocked away. They get it back. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Now they feed Destiny Margillis the baseline pass. The 3 up off the back of the iron. Margillis gets the rebound. Kicks out. They want to overload. Nice steal right there. Another turnover. And then we turn the ball over, which will be our second, I believe, of the game. Coming into the game, who is Cosette Kirsch. Inbounding will be Rouse. We're going to have a timeout. And let's take a short timeout here on Freed Hardeman Basketball on Worthy Road Studios. Welcome back, where Freed Hardeman leads 3-2 over Covenant with 4:50 to go in the first half. Low scoring game, a lot of defense. You got a little Christmas to shake off, and scoring will pick up on this. Let's see, Chambers is out there for the Lady Lions. Hughes, Crumpler, White, and I believe Purban. I cannot see, but that is a good lineup to come back. Yes, it is. Nice pressure defense by KJ White. The Lady Lions picking up the intensity a little bit, and we're going to get a turnover. That's off. Offensive foul on Rouse, Megan Rouse, and that counts as a turnover if you're keeping turnovers at home. Okay, and we got the stats so far coming up here. Shot up, no good, missed. Crumpler gets it. Crumpler scores inside. Allie Crumpler with her first two, and the Lady Lions lead 5-2. Back on the attack here is Margillis. She's a pretty good offensive player, skipping it across. Back down in the corner to Kirsch. Let's see, out front, here's the drive. Kirsch got it back. We get the rebound. And that's Hannah Hughes, gives it off to KJ White, who's running the point and doing a very good job of it. High post, Chambers now goes low and goes out to the corner. Let's see if we cut somebody through. Here's White on the big step. Curls it just a little. English takes it off the rim, but what a nice drive. The rebound belongs to Covenant. Covenant quickly into the forecourt. Looking, they want to feed their post player. Three up, missed. Rebound comes down to Purvine. Purvine quickly into the forecourt. Gives it Chambers. Chambers wants to go up. Leaves it a little short. May have been partially blocked, but gets fouled on the second one. She'll go to the line and shoot two shots. Okay, and the first foul, third team foul. And that one is on Destiny Margillis. At the table, let's see, they've got a new sub in. I think they brought Michaela Price back in. First shot, shot it, got it. Chambers gets on the board. She has her first points. 4-point lead by the Lady Lions. Second shot, up and in. 7-2 with 3:16 remaining, as you can see in the first quarter. Those great shots from Worthy Road Studios. And into the high post to Margillis. She fakes, good defense. I thought she got walked maybe, but, you know, the referee's closer, so we'll defer to them. Hughes played good defense a minute ago, out on the perimeter. Hirsch gets it out, goes to Price. Price over to Rouse. Rouse shot up, no good, gets her own rebound. Well, that's actually Ruthie Moore. I want to give everybody credit. This is Kirsch. Kirsch spinning, gets it to Margillis. 8 on the shot clock. to Kirsch. Kirsch wanting to work. They go into the post. A kick out, and after they say the shot didn't get off in time, and that's a shot clock violation. I have the 6th turnover unofficially.
Substitutions for Covenant College, number 4, Therese McIntosh, number 12, Mary Elaine Mitchell, and number 25, Maddie Mitchell.
And I'm pretty well on track because the stats that were brought to me a few moments ago bear that out. We have 3 turnovers. Here's White driving the big step that's legal, just short. The rebound fought for, and what an effort by Hannah Hughes to LeMay, who's come back in the ballgame. Feeding high to Chambers, wants to drive, gets it knocked away. Her pass tipped. Here's the kick out. White around the horn to LeMay, down to the short corner to Hannah Hughes. Her shot up, rolls around and falls in, and Hughes is on the books too with her first 2. It's a 7-2 lead. Things are picking up at the minute 50 mark. Covenant all with ball right wing, gets a screen and roll. We pick it up, and it looks like we are fixing to bring the ball down the floor, and on is Taryn Kyle. Here's the shot by Chambers, rattles in and out. Rebound left and up, a little short. Another rebound, going to the line, getting fouled as Hannah Hughes will shoot 2. And the foul on number 15, that's Ruthie Moore, her first, team 4th. And 33 coming back in, Michaela Price. Hannah Hughes shooting 2. She has a bucket already. First one, shot it and got it. Hughes is shooting 65% for the season and from the free throw line. Gets both of those. And the Lady Scots don't waste any time getting it back to the right wing, get the high screen roll. We defend it well, almost got a steal. Here's the dribble handoff. Skipping across to Price. Price to Moore. And here's a bucket. By Covenant, and we'll have an interview. Coach Estes is going to interview at halftime. 43 seconds left. Spin move. Crumpler shot off the back of the iron. Rebound fought for and picked up by Chambers. Kicked out. 3-pointer up and just a little short by. That was Hannah Hughes on the 3. Had to wait till we could see her number. Now they back it out with 20 seconds. Shot clock and game clock about a second apart. Here they're counting it down, as you can hear on the Covenant bench, which you always want to help your team. So far, good switching defense. We knock it away. Shot up, no good. At the end of 1 quarter play, Freed Hardeman leads 11-5, and we're going to take a timeout on the Freed Hardeman Basketball Network on Worthy Road Studios. And back after a slow start, things have picked up. It is 11-5, Freed Hardeman with the lead. The possession arrow, let's check it, should belong to Freed Hardeman. And I think our DAC stats are hitting this way, thanks to Taylor Hodges. Well, actually, they're going to the bench, which they should first. And then you always want to take care of both benches. And we'll get some stats here in just a moment. I see my man Jeremy, who's having to take kind of the night, not off, but doesn't need to be around the microphone and in close quarters with people. You can see him playing runner for the broadcast. Now let's pick up for Freed Hardeman. Kennedy Atkins in the ball game from Gleason, a freshman. Purvine tries to feed. Her pass is stolen away by Ruthie Moore. Moore playing the point right now and trying to get someone to pop out. Now dribble handoff to Kirsch. Set Kirsch with it, dribbling, wanting to penetrate. A lot of reverse pivots. Down to Megan Rouse wearing number 13. Rouse spins, kicks it out. Now this is Destiny Margillis, and she walked, and I've got, and we'll check it in a minute, I've got 7 turnovers. And here's Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy. And we'll check it and see. Well, I was close. Actually, it is 8 turnovers. So we missed one there. 9:08, still 11-5. Lady Lions leading. Good drive and kick. And it looked like LeMay wanted to crank it up. She gives it off, gets it back around the horn to White. There's the cutter. LeMay through, spins, wants to go left, but does go right. Nice pass. Give her an assist. Give Chambers the basket for Chambers' 3rd and 4th points of the night. Great play then. Dribble handoff. Can't use the high screen. They got one, but they could not use it. They being Covenant. It's Price to Kirsch. Kirsch looking in to Destiny Margillis. Step back jumper. She's deadly from that. Give her, that's her 4th point of the night. I'm trying to get my scorebook up to date very quickly. You watch the action, you see a foul down on there. And if that's Megan Rouse, and it is, that is her 2nd foul. That is an item. She's a starter. And checking back into the game is Madison Blevins. Madison Blevins wears a 0 on her jersey. You see us break out of the line, coming down the horn. LeMay, her shot, tight quarters, missed. They may have hit her, but in college basketball, it's a little more physical. We got a jump ball. The possession arrow should belong to the Covenant College Lady Scots. As you see on our clock, 7:54 and counting. Again, they attack that right wing, get the high screen and roll, but nothing happens. Good defense. Remember, you jump to the ball. Now, that time, they thought they had an angle to hit Blevins under the goal, and I believe that is the 9th turnover of the game for the Lady Scots. Ball around the horn, nice drive. Let's see if we feel and kick. They're going to say jump ball. This one will belong to Freed Hardeman on the alternating possession. 13-7 your score. Inbound the ball. Crumpler will use a box formation. Lob it outside to LeMay. LeMay trying to create space to Chambers. Chambers will get it back over to Crumpler. Crumpler to LeMay. Her 3-pointer up. 3 down. LeMay with her 4th point, her first 3-pointer of the night, and it's 16-7. And Covenant would waste no time getting back. Down the floor with the basketball. They want to feed inside. We kicked it away, and there's nothing wrong with that. I had a coach that coached me one time, said if you kick 10 balls in a basketball game, he would buy you a hamburger and a Coke. Of course, we were playing a 1-3-1 zone, and you want to have active hands and feet, but it's a way to disrupt it. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. You see Kirsch coming back into the picture with a box formation. They'll screen across, pop people out. Nice defense. They barely get it in on the 5-second count. Down in the corner to Kirsch. Look at KJ White tied up. What action. Possession, though, goes to the Lady Scots on alternate possession. Had someone asked me the other day whether I like alternate possession because they knew I'm old enough when they jumped all tie ball. And again, we push them close to the max, but they may get us for a hole then. We were really giving a great effort. Adkins is going to pick up that foul, her first foul. Now again, they try the 1-4 low set. They'll X the post. And they get the ball into Kirsch. That time we had a little defensive mix-up, and Kirsch got the bucket. It's her first. 3-point shot up. Kennedy Adkins.
Kennedy Atkins for three.
That's what she did at Gleason High School, too. Filled it up. Now we get back in there. We've stepped out just a step higher on our pickup point. A little pressure there. LeMay almost had a steal. Covenant drives, looking for help. They get rid of it to Blevins. Blevins to Kirsch. Kirsch was looking in the post, but good defense that time by Adkins. And a little traveling music for the 10th turnover of the contest. Wholesale substitutions. They run them in like it's a subway station.
Number 3, Tori Caldwell, and number 33, Michaela Price.
Coming in is Caldwell. And McIntosh also in for Covenant. This looks, now they'll pick up. They gave us a 1-1. It is a 1-1-3. And it's really, once it gets down 2-3, but we turn it over, and that's our fourth turnover. 19-9, we have a 10-point lead. And what they do is they show you a 1-1-3 look, and then when you pass it, one guard comes out, and then the other one drops back. But it's basically the same slides as a 2-3 zone. Round the horn, here we go, back to Price. Price looking. Price has McIntosh. McIntosh needs help. McGillis in the lane, and she took it to the hole, and I think they're going to call a foul on Chambers.
Number 4, Allie Crumpler, her first personal foul.
Oh, they got it on Crumpler.
Line shooting for Covenant College, number 1, Destiny Mergelis.
And I understand why Chambers looked so surprised as she thought that they were going to call on her. Now we're trying to get our substitution straight. LeMay coming out. See Pervine on the floor. And I want to say Crumpler, White, Hughes. First one by Margillis, and she is their leading scorer, is good, making it a 19-10 game. Second one, shot it, got it. Hannah Hughes to inbound to White. We have the 8-point lead with 5:30 and counting to go. Again, they show the 1-1-3 zone. They kind of match up out of it. You saw how wide the wing was, and there's a foul from behind. And the foul looks like it's going to go on Margillis, and that is her second foul. Coming into the ball game is Megan Rouse, wearing number 13. Again, we go to the box. We just pop out. We'll try to go around the horn. We'll run a shooter off of the screens. Here's the shot up. Oh, in and out. Rebound comes down to Covenant. They hustle into the forecourt. We get back in good shape. Pick up with some pretty tough man-to-man or player-to-player defense, if you prefer that term. Here's the drive. Hard drive. They miss, but they say, is it a foul or a jump ball? Let's see which one. Going to call the foul on. That's on Hannah Hughes. And that's her first personal. This quarter, 3 team fouls on Freed Hardeman, 2 on the Lady Scots. They use the box to get the ball in. Now we're going to wave 2 subs in. It's like Kirsch coming back in. Blevins, wearing 0, is back in. Let's see if they screen across or screen up. You can run up, cross, and there's a couple of other things. You can even run an X out of this. Now, timeout on the floor with Freed Hardeman leading 19-11. Let's take a timeout on the Freed Hardeman Basketball Network on Worthy Road Studios. And we are back. And if there's been a little echo, guess what? I found out what was wrong. Anyway, a great game so far. Start out a little slow, but we are here in the beautiful city of Henderson, Tennessee, home of Freed-Hardeman University, 150 years strong and going. Great place to get an education in a Christian environment. Covenant College, also a Christian institution from Lookout Mountain, Georgia. And we are ready to play basketball. We're here at the Brewer Sports Center. Here's the inbounds pass. Tried a spin move hook. Got their own rebound. That was Moore. To Blevins on the outside. 12 and counting on the shot clock. Moore again with it. They get it to Kirsch. Kirsch wants to wheel and deal. And I think we're going to get a hands violation foul. And that will be KJ White, her first foul. Team's fourth of this quarter. And they'll go back to 20 seconds on the shot clock. Side inbounds. Blevins wants to get a screen. Comes off it. They roll. Good help defense. And that makes all the difference in the world by Chambers. To Crumpler, back out front to White. Inside, Hughes pivots, shot, rolls and rattles around but falls through for Hughes' 6th point of the night. It's 21-11, back to that 10-point lead, largest margin by the Lady Lions. Dribble handoff, we almost jumped it, great defense. Look at White go. The dribbler gets a high screen. That being Moore, shot up, falls off. KJ White wants to go with it. We fill the lanes ahead to Chambers. Nice run. It just rolls off the rim. Ever so close, but you love the effort. Just as quickly comes back Price with a shot for the Lady Scots, and I believe they'll say that it was last touch by number 13, Megan Rouse.
Into the game for Freed-Hardeman, number 24, Alyssa LeMay.
Hannah Hughes to inbound. LeMay has come back in the ball game for the Lady Lions. It looks like we're going to go 1-4 high. Ball to the right wing. We slide across to LeMay. She pump fakes, goes left, goes off the glass, and the glass is your friend. She has 5 in the quarter, 6 in the contest. She is Freed-Hardeman's leading scorer, averaging 15.7 points per game. Again, the high screen. Pass off. Kirsch has got it. Guarded by White. Crossover, heads to the hole. Coming to help. No call, but did disturb. Here's a nice pickup of the loose ball. Chambers has got it. Gets it to LeMay. Two people make sure they stop her, and they go back to White. White over on the wing, three-pointer, a little shot, and playing Sky King going up is Ruthie Moore with a big rebound, and she brings it down the floor for Covenant. Into the post. We double team down. Chambers makes the steal. Here's the run out. Hannah Hughes, she's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. And she is fouled by, I think it's Blevins.
Team third, the line shooting for Freed-Hardeman, Hannah Hughes, shooting 2.
Hannah Hughes shooting 2. Almost deadly silence for a minute. And again, the 65% free throw shooter. That one rolls off the iron. I need a little more arc on it. Hannah Hughes, what a great player at McNeary Central she was. Played for Jerry Lott. 2:26 left, second one up, and nothing but net. Great shot by her. 24-11. Looks like this is an official's time. It's probably the media timeout that should have been called, but anyway, and we'll check the signal. Let's see if we can take a short timeout and come back with more Freed-Hardeman Lady Lion basketball on Worthy Road Studios. And back as we come back to action, Covenant having the basketball. Mitchell had it and now takes it out front. Dribble handoff on the far side to Moore, skipping across. And another turnover. Turnovers have plagued Covenant. That was McIntosh, a little traveling music there. Now, Covenant's going to pick up full court. It's like full court player-to-player defense. Let's make one attempt at a trap. Here's Hannah Hughes quickly into the forecourt. Now the pass that time thrown away. So another turnover for Freed Hardeman. Steal, and that is KJ White. She has played a whale of a defensive game, a big game defense. Over to Kyle. Kyle looking for LeMay. Thought for a minute she might feed the post, drives. She's foul. Is it the and one? Let's see what the official determines. Says the basket's good. And a foul. So LeMay will go and try an old-fashioned three-point play attempt. That was a foul. It was on Mitchell. Both teams with 4 fouls, and Mitchell has 2 for Covenant. Shot it, got it. Nothing but string music out of LeMay. She's got 8 in the quarter now, 9 on the contest. And Freed Hardeman shows the zone. Looks like the old spearhead zone, 1-2-2. A little matching up and talking in the zone. That's what you got to do. LeMay with an almost steal, but Kirsch gets it back. Blevins, let's see. There is a problem. The referees blow the whistle with 26 seconds. I'm wondering if shot clock didn't run enough. Might not have started on time. And they're going to talk to the great sports information director, Taylor Hodges, about something. Let's see if we can adjust the clock. Okay, let's see what comes up. They put it at 18 seconds. Covenant still has the basketball. Being bounded by Moore. Kirk's trying to make a circle move, and now getting free is Mitchell. Now they're counting it down as they need to get a shot. Here's a skip pass across. Shot by Mitchell goes up off the iron. Rebound hustled for. And that was a great effort by Moore. To Kirsch. Clock still at 10 seconds and counting. They try to feed into the post. Another turnover. Here come the Lady Lions. And that's Kyle with the basketball. Into the post. Nice post feed, crossover, or McHale move. Chambers, she'll get fouled. Now, if my stats are correct, Maddie Mitchell has picked up her 3rd foul. And the team 5th. But Chambers will be shooting 2. And we haven't gotten a confirmation on those fouls yet, but 5 team fouls now to 4. First shot up and good. Chambers, a very good free throw shooter. Second one, shot it, got it. Chambers has 4 in the quarter, 6 on the contest. And Mitchell does come out, so I tend to believe I am correct with the 3 individual fouls. Freed back looking like they're playing man, although with the 1-2. Here's a steal by LeMay. Crossover dribble a couple of times. They try to double team her. They do steal it from her. Headed towards the basket is Mitchell. LeMay will pick up the foul on that one. And there is Mary Elaine Mitchell, a freshman guard. Mary Elaine Mitchell will be there, as you hear, shooting 2. Substitutions coming back in. I see Caldwell coming in. First shot, shot it, got it. Second shot for Mitchell and got both of those too. Makes it 29-12 with 7.3 seconds left until halftime. And you want to come back, our guest will be Coach Estes, who is the great baseball coach here. Very quickly, 4 seconds. Here's White. Wanted to take it coast to coast. She slips it in there. KJ White at the buzzer. What a great shot. 31-13, your halftime score. We're going to take a timeout and await Coach Estes coming up here and get an interview with him. Jonathan Estes in his 12th season. Let's take that time out on Freed Hardeman Basketball, brought to you on Worthy Road Studios. And we are back. Our halftime guest is Coach Jonathan Estes. His 12th year. You just look too young for this to be your 12th year.
It's going by pretty quick, but we're excited about getting the year going here in a few weeks.
Oh, it's not long. What is first game's in February, right?
Yeah, first weekend in February. We bring the guys back next Sunday to start practicing. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of warm weather and be able to get outside once or twice for our first game.
Absolutely. How'd fall practice go?
It actually went pretty well. We were up in the air with COVID. Didn't know how it affect us, but we had a pretty good fall. Had really good weather. Had a good opportunity to see a lot of new guys, and we've got a really experienced group of guys coming back too. So that was fun to just let those guys get out there and play and go out there, and they knew what to do. So it was a really good fall for us.
Well, I'm sure the kids, they may have got some time off, but those pitchers, I have a feeling you gave them a little workout to do while they were home too, didn't you?
Yeah, this year was really interesting from that. There was not a lot of guys playing summer baseball, so we really wanted to go out of our way early on, making sure that everybody was properly on-ramped and not just jumping in full speed. So we took a little bit more time to get them up to speed, but I think those guys getting a little bit of extra time off, especially a lot of those veteran guys we have, it showed this fall that it's going to be beneficial for them to have a fresh arm going into the spring and looking forward to seeing what they can do.
Now, we've changed conferences. How familiar are we with – I know you. This guy knew everything there was to know about every player in the former conference. How familiar are we with the Mid-South Conference?
We're actually pretty familiar. A lot of the teams in the league we've played against in the past. We've always played, obviously, Cumberland and Bethel and Martin Methodist. We've got, we usually play them 4 times a year, so we're really familiar with them. Lindsey Wilson, we played them quite a bit in the past. Obviously, Campbellsville and University of the Cumberlands have played at the national level for the last few years, so we've got a chance to kind of see them. So we feel pretty prepared going in, knowing that this is a very good conference. At the same time, teams know us as well. We're not going to go in surprising anybody. They're geared up for us, and we're looking forward to, kind of having that target on our back going in.
I just got a text I was reading down there a minute ago, and they said, Coach, we're listening to y'all, but we want Coach Estes to tell us about it. This is a Freed Hardeman alum, and I'm going to kind of fuss at them a little bit. You should have been at a ball game or you'd know the question you want to ask. They want to know what style. Are you a hit and run? Are you a long-distance guy? But they want to know the style of baseball we're going to play this year.
We've really been good on the mound the last several years. I think we've got 7 pitchers back this year from last year, top 7 arms from last year. 5 of those guys have been first-team all-conference, so we're really good on the mound. Last year when the season ended, we were the second in the nation in team ERA. So we can really pitch it. We've got guys that can field. So we try to keep our opponents from scoring as few runs as possible. And then, on the offensive side of the ball, if you haven't seen us play, we've got a couple guys in the middle of our order. Josh Sears, who is arguably the best hitter in the nation, NAI. He's been a first-team All-American the last 2 years, preseason All-American the last 2 years as well. We can hit the long ball, but we've got a lot of speed too. So I think we can beat you in a variety of ways, and I think that's the reason why we've been able to be successful the last few years, because we can beat you hitting the ball long, we can beat you on the mound, we can beat you defense, and we can steal a bag or take the extra base when we need to. So we're really fun to watch, and we can beat you in a variety of ways.
That's great too when you can do that. You can play long ball and small ball at the same time. Now, the young man you mentioned, if I remember, he rarely strikes out. He makes contact. He's going to put the ball in play a whole lot.
Yeah, he's back this year. He's a COVID junior. We got NAI baseball last year, and all the spring sports got that extra year back last year. So he's only a junior on the field, but he's already broken our career home run record. He's got 45 or 46 career home runs, and really good hitter. And we've got a lot of good guys around him as well. Will McCall is a guy last year that was probably our best offensive guy numbers-wise, and he was a sophomore last year, and we're excited about him. Got a couple more guys to put in around those guys this year, so we should be pretty deep lineup-wise. And like I said earlier with our pitching staff, we're really excited about our pitching staff, the opportunity to go 7 guys deep that we feel pretty good.
That is great, especially in college baseball.
Right, so we've got a lot of guys with a lot of experience, and it should be a fun year.
We have a lot of Friday-Saturday combo games where we'll play a doubleheader on Friday or either on Saturday and play one game the other day like that. And I would encourage, we got a wonderful field. I'm going to enjoy broadcasting the game from our field. Good vantage point. I don't think there's a bad seat in the house, is there?
No, especially we added those chairback seats a couple years ago, right before we hosted the opening round in 2019. And you're right, there's not a bad seat in the house. So whether they're watching online or they're watching in person, it's a great view.
Well, I may be reading too much into this, and you can correct me on this one. Either the baseball team or the softball team is supposed to host an opening round game of the tournament this year, if I'm not mistaken.
They haven't decided that yet.
They haven't decided yet, okay.
Yeah, baseball, we hosted 2019, the opening round.
Well, I knew and did a wonderful job.
So we're hoping to be able to do that again in the future.
That would be great. Now, got to ask, because you say, Coach, wait a minute, you're a little small guy. Got to talk about the catchers. Who's doing our catching for us? Because that is one of the toughest positions. Physically, you got to be tough. Mentally, you got to be tough.
Yeah, we've got 2 senior catchers, and it's the first time in a long time we've had 2 guys that we really, really like behind the plate. Bo Simpson was on the team last year. He's a senior. And then we've got a transfer, Zane Willems, who's from Texas. He played at Texas Tech, started 25 games at Texas Tech a few years back. He's been a big boost to our team. Those guys will get the majority of the innings for us this year. We're really excited about one of our freshmen as well, Nathan Lewis, who's from Scotts Hill, right down the road. And Nathan's really the future probably for us behind the plate. But we've got several guys that we really, really like. And I think that's what's fun about practice. You asked about the fall. It's a fun fall. We've got 2 or 3 or 4 guys at every position that really push each other, and it's been a really fun seeing those guys compete.
That's the toughest thing, is having enough people that can play to push each other. Because if I'm a starter and I know that the guy behind me can't walk and chew gum at the same time, subconsciously I don't play as hard.
Right.
Oh, I tell myself I'm playing hard, but I don't. This is exciting. So we can play JV baseball, we can play varsity baseball, and we got enough depth that, getting games backed up. Both of us have coached baseball for. Games get backed up because of rain, and sometimes it's a little cold early in those February games. So I'm excited. We've got even more play. The young catcher, now that when you said Scotts Hill, you got a good one there. Scotts Hill's a very good baseball program.
They are. New coach over there, Chuck Cooper. I don't know if you know Chuck. Chuck's a Freed
Used to be at Jackson Christian, too.
Yep. He's a Freed Hardeman alum. He played here back in the late 90s when I was here.
Player, too.
So Chuck's going to do a great job over there. And we've got several really good teams in the area. that we've been able to draw some players from. We've got a freshman pitcher, Colton Hunt, who's from Chester County, who's just been outstanding for us.
Always
this
good
fall.
to have a good local boy, and they play some good baseball at Chester County too. I know the youth league coming all the way up here is very, very tough. A few years ago, I was coaching some youth league baseball, and I lost a few games then. Coach, got it before we take our time out. A couple of things. First of all, tell the fans a little bit about yourself. Yeah, we know you are a former alum here, or you are an alum. You're not former. You're still alum. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I've been here 12 years, we mentioned earlier. Started out at Harris-Stowe State University. I was a head coach there for 3 years. I'm originally from St. Louis. I played my last 3 years at Freed Hardeman and got drafted by the Cardinals. So that was an awesome experience for me to play for my hometown team. And like I said, I coached up in St. Louis for a few years. So I've got Ashley, my wife, who teaches in the education department here. And then I've got 3 kids, 2 boys, Dean and Lane, and then a daughter who's 6, Ellie. So you'll see them running around down at the field too if you come down to the ballpark. But just really, really excited to be a part of the program here. I love coming out and supporting the Lady Lions basketball and the men's program and just all the way around. We've got a great group of athletic department and love supporting them.
Yeah, that's a good thing here. I noticed that the coaches from all sports here, even going back to when Mike McCutcheon, our fine AD, was a coach, everybody supports everybody around here. And it's a great environment. Got to ask this too, who are your assistant coaches? We need to give them some credit because I know they work hard.
Will Wallace, Will's in his 4th year with us, and Jess Trask, who's in our 3rd year with our program. Jess was originally here as a grad assistant, and he came back after a year being up in Kansas. So I've got a great staff, great players. Cody, the trainer. I mean, we just got a great staff all around. It's a joy to be here and work with these guys.
Absolutely. Coach, it's your turn. Say anything you want to the great Freed Hardeman fans out there.
Well, I love Freed Hardeman. I love the Freed Hardeman people. I love the Freed Hardeman family, and that's what makes Freed Hardeman so special. I tell recruits all the time, Freed Hardeman baseball is a great program. Freed Hardeman women's basketball is a great program, but it's because Freed Hardeman is great. There's a lot of great programs, but there's not a lot of great schools that teach the things and focus on the things that Freed Hardeman does, and that's the reason why I love being a part of this atmosphere. It's the fans and the people that make it so special. So all the fans out there listening, thank you. You make my job a lot more enjoyable.
Oh, we're going to enjoy doing it. Folks, we're going to have the home baseball games, and we're going to love doing it. We're going to bring you the stats. We're going to have coaches' interviews. We're going to try to get some player interviews, too. And, Coach, I'm going to hold you to a promise. You must come back before basketball's over, and we will talk as it gets closer to that first game in February.
I'll be here every game, so just let me know.
Sound like a winner. There he is, one of the finest young men that I have got to meet. Coach Jonathan Estes, 12 seasons here, but he still looks like he could go out and take a couple of swings at the bat and probably throw the ball a little bit. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more Freed Hardeman basketball. And we are back with 1:48. Let's go through some quick stats for Covenant. Lady Scots, Destiny Margillis. We'll check her point total. Her total points are 6. Megan Rouse hasn't scored. Ruthie Moore. And no points. 2 points for Cosette Kirsch. 5 for Mary Elaine Mitchell. And that should be a total of 13 points for the Lady Lions of Freed Hardeman. And we just got the stats here. Total points, Carolyn Chambers, 6. KJ White had 2 on that last great bucket. Reagan Purvine has 2. Allie Crumpler doesn't have any points but has played a great game as far as defense, etc. Alyssa LeMay has 9. And I may have to eat my words. Crumpler is on here twice. She does have 2 points. I have to check my scorebook. Tyron Kyle has appeared with no points. Kennedy Adkins has that big 3-point shot. And, of course, Hannah Hughes with 7 total points. Freed Hardeman total field goal percentage in the first half is 38.5%. 3-point only hitting 2 for 8, which is 25%. Free throw percentage 81.8. We're 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Covenant shooting 4 for 20 from the field goal area. 3-pointers, they're 1 for 8 for 12.5%. They are 4 for 4 from the free throw line for 100%. And Covenant has a 15-14 rebound edge. Turnovers, Covenant has 17-8 for Freed Hardeman. That's a little bit of a statistical breakdown right there. And we are ready for the second half of play. It belongs to Freed Hardeman. KJ White playing point guard against player-to-player defense. The Crumpler on the left wing, high screen and roll. They defend it well, but we go into the post to Chambers. She kicks out. Shot up, no good, off the iron. That was by Purvine, and the rebound goes to Covenant, to Kirsch, wearing jersey number 21. It's like a 4-out, 1-under offense for them. Cutter goes through, dribble drive type motion. Blevins was the driver. 3-pointer off the back of the iron, no good, rebound. They should get Kirsch. Let's see if I am correct. Yes, they do. For her, I've got her for her first team foul, or in first foul for her of the ball game. 1-2-1-1 full court press to be employed by Covenant. They trap the first one, kick it back to LeMay. LeMay quickly across the line. Purvine, Crumpler, touch pass was stolen though by the ever-present Margillis. She is a player and she's just a freshman for them. Drive by Kirsch. Here is Kirsch back out front. Margillis was working the post. She'll step out and give a high screen for Moore. Now over to Blevins. Blevins will kind of give a little screen. Kirsch dribble drive in the lane, hook layup, up and good for her 4th point. 31-15 your score, 16-point lead. And there's a foul, and I know Kirsch didn't want to pick that one up. A little reach foul there, trying to make the steal. Second team foul. Be inbounded on the baseline by the Lady Lions. We'll welcome all of our listeners, alumni, fans, etc., and welcome folks from Covenant watching. Here's in. LeMay spins, wants to get around the horn. Crumpler to LeMay. LeMay stops, pops, and banks it off the glass. Good usage of the glass by LeMay. That should be her 11th point of the day. 33-15. There's a guard through, cut off the high screen, then the roll, the old UCLA type offense. 3-pointer up, no good. LeMay with it, she's bringing it down herself. Gets it off to White. White wants to go to the hole, goes to the hole. They major, and then they say a block. That one could have gone either way. Just depends on your perspective. And that was on Blevins. That should be her second, and it is. And White goes to the line, shooting one, gets an old-fashioned 3-point play. KJ White, the fine guard from Gibson County High School. Now let's see if the Lady Lions show a little zone or will they match up out of showing a zone-type look, but they could match up, and they switch on that like you would in a zone. Let's see if they follow through, and they didn't. It is a pure zone. Here's a 3-point shot off the front of the iron, but we did not block out, and Kirsch got the basketball. This time, second shot up. LeMay and Covenant bench wants to say it might have gone off LeMay, and the official says it missed, and he is the only one in this place that really has a great angle to know. Here's the trap. Getting out of it is Crumpler. Crumpler cross court to Reagan Purvine. Here it is to Crumpler. She wants to go to the hole. She goes, splits them, rolls in there. Crumpler with her 4th point of the night. And we increase the lead, we being the Freed Hardeman Lady Lions. Here's a dribble loop and a second loop in there. Very good play. Got it to Kirsch. She kicks it out, and they wanted to feed Margillis in the post. Now we trap her. Ball knocked out of bounds. Great action by both teams. 38-15 your score. Substitutions coming in. Epting coming in. Anna Rose Epting, and I believe Megan Rouse came back, or did she leave? We were playing wholesale substitution there. McGillis is out. Got a high-low situation working. Blevins' turnaround jumper is good, and she drilled that one, and I believe that is her first point of the night. Quickly for Freed Hardeman. Crumpler, 8-footer, no good. Rebound, Chambers, her shot no good. Knocked around and picked up by Megan Rouse. Rouse and Covenant bring it up, and that time we got caught not looking for the basketball. Sometimes I try to coach when I'm officiating, but or also when I'm calling a ball game. Turnover, and I believe that's the 20th turn. Turnovers have hurt Covenant. They've played hard. Here's the quick pass to Hannah Hughes. To Chambers in the corner. She gets it knocked away but picks it up. Well, that's actually Crumpler. And now it looks like we've got a foul on the effort foul trying to get the ball.
House number 0, Madison Blevins, her 3rd team.
That's Blevins' 3rd foul, and she has played well of late. I see a sub headed towards the table.
Substitution for Covenant College.
Kirsch will take Blevins' place. Cosette Kirsch. Freed inbounds the ball. 3 up off the back of the iron. And here comes Covenant, stolen back. The pass deflected, picked up by LeMay. Over to Crumpler. Crumpler wants to feed the post, does feed Hughes in the post. Hughes starts baseline, but is cut off. Now another steal. Ruthie Moore on the run out, gets the ball over to Epting. Epting tries the hook, partially blocked, picked up by LeMay. Ahead to KJ White, who's going to the hole. The left-handed layup is up and good. White has 5 in the quarter, 7 in the ball game, and it's a 40-17 lead. 23-point lead, the biggest lead by the Lady Lions. We'll have a timeout called by Covenant College. We'll take a timeout here on Freed Hardeman Basketball on Worthy Road Studios. Back in the third quarter, 5:22 to go in this third quarter. Lady Lions right now with a commanding 23-point lead over the Lady Scots of Covenant College. No team fouls on Freed in this quarter. 4 team fouls on the Lady Scots as they picked up their aggressiveness. They have been pressing. But it belongs to the Lady Scots, and to inbound it is Anna Rosa Epting. She gets the ball in to Megan Rouse and back, and now here's a steal. On the run out, KJ White wants to go left, lays it up, and White has her 7th point of the third quarter, 9 total. Playing hard defense here. Lady Lions close that lane down there in a 1-2-2 zone. A lot of people have, if they do play zone, they run the old spearhead zone. I know you think of Syracuse and they're 2-3, but here's a three-point shot up by Epting, no good. The rebound, though, comes down to Kirsch. Was tipped there by Kyle. Steele, White is on a mission, and she's got it. That is her 9th point of the quarter and 11th of the contest, and boy, has she accumulated some steals in this half. Most of them coming in this quarter, although she had some earlier ones. Be interesting to see the third quarter stats, how she stacks up. Rouse gives it away, gives the screen to Epting. Epting over to Moore. Here's Price headed to the basket, shot partially blocked. Kyle picks up the rebound, or the blocked shot, to LeMay, who wants to go to the hole, thinks better of it, circles out of there, and now Hannah Hughes wants to set up the post, but they drop somebody in there. Purvine gets it knocked away, picks it back up. Here goes White. She's had good success penetrating, kicks out. Hannah Hughes, three-pointer, no good. Rebound goes to Covenant. And that time they were trying to fill their lanes through the pass, and someone wasn't looking. And we've got all kinds of substitutions. Kennedy Adkins, Chambers coming in. And now there's going to be a timeout on the floor with the score. Freed Hardeman Lady Lions 44, Covenant Lady Scots 17. Let's take a timeout on Freed Hardeman basketball. Oh, we are back. Offensively, it's been a great game after a slow start. Of course, the defense intensity picked up some. We were playing good defense, but when you score, and if you notice that in a basketball game for any team, whereas the more you score, the more the intensity will pick up on defense. And I'm talking about in college and high school. You can't always count that to happen in the pros, but college basketball, if you haven't been to Freed Hardeman, you need to come down here and see a game in Henderson, Tennessee, and encourage all the folks in the surrounding area to come and welcome the folks from Covenant to the broadcast. Some will be watching this broadcast on YouTube tonight, brought to you by Worthy's Road Studios. Back to action with Freed with the basketball, a little dribble weave outside. This is Kyle, Kyle's three-pointer off the iron. Rebound comes down to Covenant. Looks like Blevins is back in there. And she got that rebound. Out front is Ruthie Moore with the basketball. Now they've got it to Karis McIntosh. Interesting, watch the post area, and they're coming across, knock it away was Hughes, but they were trying to get the ball to Margillis. 7 on the shot clock. McIntosh drives, kicks. Shot blocked by Hannah Hughes. They'll not get a shot off. It'll be a shot clock violation. And the ball belongs to Freed Hardeman, and here's the press again. They double the inbounds pass, get it to Kennedy. And Kennedy Atkins. This one's stolen, a kick out as Chambers got too far under. Driving was Kirsch. Now she goes to Destiny Margillis, who is such a fine player. She's a freshman from Deerfield Beach, Florida. Here's Kirsch driving. Kirsch, a very active player, wants to make something happen. The McHale step, did they call the foul or the walk or the basket? We'll see what the officials have come up with. And it looks like they have called the foul. And that is the team first, and that will be Crumpler's second foul. Allie Crumpler with the foul. An attempt at an old-fashioned three-point play. Shot it, got it. Sub coming back into the ball game. Looks like Mary Elaine Mitchell 1-2-1-1 full court zone press employed. We go to a 1-4 press break. Kick it back across to the inbounder, Kennedy Atkins. Her long pass almost stolen by Margillis. And she played at Westminster Academy. I have been informed by a listener that we have down in Florida. Freed Hardeman Lady Lions on the attack. Allie Crumpler out front. They get it to Kennedy Atkins. She is closely guarded by Covenant. Back to Atkins, into the post. Chambers, she faces up, wants to move, gets cut off, gets a shot blocked, and it is picked up by Blevins, who seems to be everywhere for Covenant. Three-pointer up off the front of the iron. Rebound looks like LeMay. She has to pick her dribble up, and she's triple team or double team with one way and a smart timeout. She couldn't get it out of there. We'll keep this one here and tell you that an excellent timeout because there was nobody to give the ball to. And if you looked in the picture, you say, well, she could have got it to Kennedy Atkins. The way they were tracing the basketball, it was cutting her passing lane off. 44-20 is your score. KJ White has 9 just in this quarter alone. LeMay has scored. Crumpler has scored. Cosette Kirsch has 5 in the quarter for the Lady Scots, and also I believe Blevins has 2. Checking my scorebook, we're working without the DAC stats. Taylor Hodges sending messages across from time to time, and I update the stats. Here we go. 1-4 press break against the zone trap. Lobbed into the front court. Nice. Well, I thought the pass led Chambers just a little bit too much, or we would have had a layup. Turnover, and the ball belongs to the Covenant Lady Scots. Game has only been tied once. We have a 24-point lead, which I believe is our biggest. Here's the screen and roll. We make Kirsch, or not, that's not Kirsch either. That is McIntosh that picked it up. Turnover, Covenant. Now they'll double, and Covenant's doing a lot of double teaming. They'll tie it up. The possession arrow does belong to Covenant. They have gotten very aggressive with 1:08 to go in the third quarter. So they've been either in the 1-2-1-1 zone press, and they're even trapping when we get a rebound and try to bring the ball down the floor. Freed Hardeman's gone back player-to-player defense. Somebody sent me a text, said, Coach, it's man-to-man defense. Well, these are ladies. We'll either call it player-to-player or lady-to-lady defense. Turnover, Covenant. And we do appreciate your text. Here's the inbounder, and this time I think they either stepped over the white line or a kick of it. Let's see how it goes. 1-4, you try to spread them, you bring it down, and they'll try to trap that corner, but it's a long trap. It's hard to do. Kennedy Atkins gets it, tacks a goal, but Covenant got 3 people back, and that's the secret to pressing, besides steals, is getting people back. Steal by Covenant, and now they've got the basketball with 35 seconds left in this quarter, the third quarter of play. McIntosh out front. Wants the screen, but uses the dribble handoff. And we probably got a hands foul on Chambers, and that is correct. That will be her first. And 2 team fouls on Freed Hardeman with 24 seconds left, 20 on the shot clock, so a 4-second differential. Again, we're pushing them to the max on the out-of-bounds plays. They do get it to Cosette Kirsch down in the corner. That looks like Mitchell down there in the corner. Gets it out. They try to feed into Margillis. She has to kick it out to Kirsch. Kirsch's 3 misses with 8 seconds. And now let's see if the Lady Lions can get anything with about 4 seconds. Long pass to Chambers. Up with the left hand and good. Caroline Chambers. And that is the end of 3 quarters of play with the score 46-20 in favor of the Freed Hardeman Lady Lions. Let's take a timeout. And we are back. Exciting line action here. You get a great shot of the kids breaking the huddle. They've done a good job after a little bit of a slow start. And what a game they have played. And guess what? Our great camera people right there. I see Caleb, I see Gary, and somewhere around here down on the floor is the one and only Lawson man, and they're waving at you. And which one of you guys is the good-looking one? Anyway, we're back to action. Here is KJ White driving, kicks. Irvine wanted to penetrate, pulled the pivot foot, got up on the toe, and traveled, and that happens sometimes. Kirsch is the leading scorer for the Covenant team. And now against that 1-2-2 zone, they go with a high post, low post in the case of Margillis. Her shot no good. There's the great stats brought to us, and we'll have the actual correct ones. Three-pointer up by Kirsch. Her shot rattles around, comes off. Looks like there's a rebounding foul on the floor. And that is on Chambers. Be her second and team first of this quarter. 1-4 low. They screen across and try to lob to Margillis. She wants to go up. She does. Nice move there for her 8th point. Down to 24 now. Oh, sometimes the way you use your elbows and pivot and stuff, you can get a foul, and a nice trap there. Reagan Purvine picks up her first foul. Let's see. Fred Hardeman stays with it. They go man-to-man. Margillis has to kick it out. It's down in the corner, back out front. And they may get Chambers. That time they say she's leaning on, and it's probably the proper call. You want to be aggressive, but you can't just lay on the back. You got to make like a half moon or a semicircle around there. Again, the 1-4 low, and you can do a couple of things out like this lob when they slide up. Sometimes people run the flex out of it. Kirsch drives the goal, no good. Rebound looks like Alyssa LeMay. Quickly into the forecourt to Purvine. Now, they'll trap. They being Covenant every chance they get into the low post. Chambers spins, a little flat for the bank shot, but it is rebounded, and LeMay, that's just hard work by LeMay then. She gets the bucket, and LeMay, and that was on Caldwell, who wears number 3, Tori Caldwell. Her second and the team first of this quarter. Remember, we go by quarters in college women's basketball. Shot it, got it. LeMay now has 14 on the night. Pace is slowed just a little bit. There's the zone. Kirsch on the point, gives it off to Moore. Moore's got it being pressured and gets it back to Kirsch. He'll try to dribble, penetrate, the kick out. They ran a cutter through and got her through. This is Blevins' shot. Blevins, that's just a 2, but a nice shot, her 4th point of the game. And again, there's one trap. We overthrow, the pass gets away. Margillis picks it up, throws it back in. It's retrieved by Caldwell, and she'll get it to her teammate, Cosette Kirsch, who drives. Lays it up in a run now by the Covenant team with a little excitement, 49-26. They'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout on Freed Hardeman basketball. Now you are seeing a picture as we come back of the guy that's going to be my executive producer. Yes, he is waving, I'm waving. This man is going to make you enjoy baseball. That is Lawson down there. Lawson, man, and he and I are going to have more fun bringing you Freed Hardeman baseball in the spring, and I am blessed to have him as my producer, director, and you know what, just all-around good guy. Thank you, Lawson. And we are ready to play. A little run here by the Covenant Lady Scots has cut the lead to 49-26, as we once had a 26-point lead cushion as our biggest. You see the 1-4 offense, and we break out of it. And the trap worked, and we couldn't get the pass out well, but LeMay retrieves it. There's a long pass to the cutter. Will Kennedy Atkins, no, that's not Kennedy. That is Allie Crumpler. They say she walked. Interesting call. Only the official knows for sure. And those of you that get to replay it tonight on YouTube, if you'll go to Worthy Road Studios or either put this game in, Freed Hardeman versus Covenant, one of the two ways will get you to high-definition television right there on YouTube. Guard through cut, the high screen and roll with Moore. Moore gets rid of it to Blevins. Blevins wants to give it and cut through. Here's Kirsch driving. 16-footer up and good. And Kirsch has 4 1/4 and has 13 on the contest. Now a little better spacing. It's always good to go side, middle, side when you're breaking a press. And some of them, we have had some turnovers that didn't bounce right to us or we didn't catch it, and they have trapped us. So both teams playing hard. Blevins 3 up, no good. Rebound. This time I think they'll get Mark Gillis as she came crashing the boards. And and that is true. 2 team fouls. And again, the 1-4 press. And I believe we're going to have another timeout. Freed Hardeman's going to call a timeout. It's a full one. We'll let you take a full timeout with us. We'll be back on Freed Hardeman Basketball, brought to you by Worthy Road Studios after this. Back here, fourth quarter, 6:51 to go. Freed Hardeman with a 21-point lead, as they once had a 26-point lead. They'll go with a 1-4 press break, and I know that Coach Epperson was giving some instruction. Our spacing probably needed a little help. He's a very good young coach. I enjoy talking with him. There's the trap. Side, then you go middle, go back to the side again, and you'll break the press to Hannah Hughes. Ball tipped on the kick out to Crumpler. Crumpler inside, and is there a charge? That's where your momentum takes you forward. And Crumpler picks up the 4th team foul and her 3rd foul. And let's see if Freed goes back man-to-man or stays with his own. They're man-to-man or player-to-player. Here's the steal. Crumpler ahead to LeMay. LeMay spins, banks it off the glass, and LeMay has her 5th point of the quarter, 16th on the ball game. She averages 15 a game, so 1 above her scoring average. Here's another steal. Turnovers have plagued Covenant. They played hard. Chambers wants to make the skip pass to LeMay. LeMay down low assist. Hughes, Hannah Hughes with her 9th point of the game. 53-28. 25-point lead with 5:51 to go. Cutter, an overload on the right side, out to the top of the circle. Price gets the screen, wanted to crank it up and shoot it. Good defense by LeMay. Here's another screen. They switch. Feeding and kick ball. Now that, in the old days, that would completely recycle the clock. It no longer does that anymore. It goes to 20 seconds. Now, again, I'll bring up things from the past, but, well, actually, they're going to put it down to 15 on the kickball. 15, which is the proper call. There's the slide up on that 1-4 cross over on the out-of-bounds play. Round the horn. Moore had it. Back to her after she gave it up into the post area. Nice hook shot. Didn't quite follow through, but a steal. And the shot clock ran out. We already had control. Long pass. Crumpler's going to get an easy snowbird on that one. Her 6th point of the night. She had left a little early because we thought we had the rebound, and they snuck in and stole it, as you saw. And, again, you can replay that tonight on Worthy Road Studios. Always archives in high definition the Freed Hardeman games. Good player-to-player defense employed. Now, there was a foul, and that's one of those that it's purely referee's judgment. And if that is Crumpler, that is her 4th foul, team 5th foul of the quarter. Margillis back in. Blevins back in for Covenant. Let's see what happens here. And Crumpler will leave. Reagan Purvine, the junior, will come back in. First shot up and good. And if my scorebook is correct, that is Tori Caldwell wearing number 3's first points. Eyes it, tries it, and buys it. 55-30. Here's the full court press. Over the top we throw. Had it, lost it. And Margillis has it, gets it to McIntosh, who circles the wagons and waits for players to get into their position so they can run their offense. Wanted to dribble, penetrate. Kicks outside to Moore. Moore wanted to take it all the way. Tori Caldwell's 3 off the iron. Rebound fought for. Nice block out down there. Looks like by Purvine. She gets trapped but gets it out. KJ White's got it. Numbers are equal. It was 3-on-3, and now everybody down the floor. KJ White this time taking her time. Penetrates. Nice hook pass. And going up was Chambers. She'll be fouled. Chambers will go to the line and shoot too. I believe she is a 65% free throw shooter. That is Destiny Margillis. 3rd foul. Substitutions coming in. 25, Maddie Mitchell. We picked her up for Covenant. We'll see who else is in. Looks like Dodson is in. First shot, no good. Chambers has played a very physical game, has 8 points on the night. Make it 9. It's 1 for 2. And this matches the biggest lead at 56-30. It's a 26-point lead. The dribble handoff to Dotson to Caldwell. Caldwell will set a screen. Coming off of it is Blevins. They pick their dribble up and try to go back door. Here's a lob. Knocking it away is Hannah Hughes, and picking it up and then outlet to Purvine. LeMay started but gives it over to Hughes. Purvine's 3 up. Just rolls off the iron. Rebound in there. Fought for. It'll be jump ball. Possession arrow says it belongs to Covenant. And coming into the ball game is Ritgers. And Epting back into the ball game for Covenant. 3:35 left in the contest. Freed with a 26-point lead. Anna Rose Epting brings the ball up the floor. 3 out, 2 in offense for Covenant. Here's a steal. LeMay was kind of laying back, sitting on that one. Takes it, pulls up, doesn't get the charge. Wisely drops it. 7 points in the quarter, 18 for the game. Alyssa LeMay, the leading scorer for the Lady Lions. Here is Ritgers looking, gets rid of it. There's the feed into the post to Mitchell. That is Maddie Mitchell. And the ball will belong to Freed Hardeman. Crumpler back in the ball game to be the trigger lady. Press is backed off with 2:55 to go. And back in their 1-1-3 zone is Covenant. We skip pass all the way across the Kyle. Kyle down the corner. Look like LeMay in that corner. Around the horn to Crumpler. To White. White takes a three. White's three up, three down. KJ White, her 14th point of the game. 61-31, a 31-point lead, and that will be the biggest lead of the game. Nicole Ritgers gave it off, then Blevins penetrates. Block shot by Hughes, and it looks like LeMay taking her time. There comes a three, just in and out. Crumpler has been ever so close on those threes tonight. 31-point lead at the minute 59 mark. Couple possessions left in this game for both teams. Shot up, no good. Nice block out, but then maybe a little bit of extra on the block out, and that'll get you a foul. And that foul is on Hannah Hughes. She'll pick up, looks like her second foul. Kennedy Atkins coming in, and now for Freed Hardeman, we will check and see if there's any more substitutions. Looks like Hearn may be coming in. First shot up by Blevins and good. She has 5 now in the game. Second one, shot it, rolls off the rim. Torn down by Hughes. Given to KJ White. White looks at the defense and says it's man. Into the post. Hughes, 7-footer up over the rim. She's got 11 in the contest, 4 in the quarter. Freed Hardeman goes back to their, let's see if it's his own. Yes, it is. Well, it's man, because once they follow them through, here's the steal. And, folks, that's always a way you can tell. If somebody runs a cutter through, they go with them, it's man-to-man. They don't go with them and release them to somebody else. It is zone. That time we tried to one-hand the ball and a turnover. One of the things I'm sure Coach will be a little concerned about is some of the turnovers. And maybe the press. 1 minute left in the contest. Picking it up. That's Caldwell with it. Wants to cross-court it. To Nicole Richter's. Shot up, no good. Rebound for a second was with Covenant. The Covenant may have been the last to have had possession of it. Goes out of bounds. It was 44.4 seconds left in this contest. And a 32-point differential belongs to Freed Hardeman. Here's some pressure defense out front. Hughes will give the high screen if needed. 16 on the shot clock. So about a 12 or 13 second differential. Here goes KJ White. She wants to go kick out. 3-pointer up. Off the iron. Rebound belongs to Ritgers. Nicole Ritgers running out. Caldwell gets the pass. Will her shot fall? No, it doesn't. She is fouled, and she will go and shoot two. Tori Caldwell. A lot of silence as Caldwell shoots her first one. Shot it, got it. 63-32. And the second one good. She's 4 for 4 from the free throw line with 11 seconds left. A 30-point differential, 8 seconds. And KJ White will just keep it out front. This contest, 3, 2, 1. You hear the horn, 63. 63-33 is the happy final here at Freed Hardeman as the Lady Lions move to 7-5 on the season. In that little losing streak they had, played against a very scrappy and well-coached Covenant team. Turnovers helped to hurt them. We'll have Coach Joshua Epperson up here in a few moments. We told him that he could to say something to his team, and then he'll come up here and talk with us a little bit. And tell you what we're going to do. We want to thank Lawson and Caleb and Gary for their fine work. And to my right up here is the greatest producer on earth. He also just happens to be the owner of Worthy Road Studios, and that is one Paul Schultze. And I tell you what we will do. Paul, let's take a timeout. Oh, Paul's going to wait. Yeah, get Paul on camera over here, guys. And Caleb down there with the camera. Now, Caleb is, I believe, available for the young ladies that like. He's a style and profile guy, and I don't think he has a girlfriend right now. Gary, of course, Gary with our staff, what a talent. He does a lot of editing, too, and sets up some things, and Worthy Road Studios can do a whole lot. Folks, again, I want to encourage you to, if you're not a Freed Hardeman alumni, come down here and see it. And alums, we want you to come too, but check out the educational opportunities. Let's take a timeout on Freed Hardeman basketball with Freed Hardeman Lady Lions winning 63-33. We'll be back after this. And we are back. You hear the music in the background. I am not used to be on camera. I've got a face made for radio, so y'all can all have a good laugh about that. And the camera crew is enjoying that comment. And again, great work to Caleb and Gary and Lawson, and of course Paul always. Thank Taylor Hodges down there. Let's give you some scoring. Let's go for the visitors, Covenant, who played hard today, but turnovers did hurt them, and that's one stat I'm going to give early. They had 31 turnovers today. And I'm not sure that Coach will be real happy. We had 22, but 31 turnovers leads to a lot of extra shots. Destiny Margillis had 8 points today. She's normally their leading scorer. Megan Rouse did not score. Ruthie Moore did not score. Cosette Kirsch led their team with 11 today. Madison Blevins had 5, 4 for Tori Caldwell, and she was perfect at the free throw line today. And Mary Elaine Mitchell, 5 points for a total of 33 points. Covenant for the game shot 23.9% field goal percentage. 3-point field goal percentage was 5%, and their free throw percentage was 90.9%. For the winning Lady Lions of Freed Hardeman, we had Caroline Chambers, who had 9 points, just missing double digits. KJ White and all those steals. She had 4 steals, but she had 14 big points, 5 assists for the team. Allie Crumpler, and we're going to have to look down the line because they got 2 sets of stats. Allie had 6 points today and played a good floor game, played hard on defense. Reagan Purvine had 2 points, but again played a good floor game also. Alyssa LeMay, 18 total points, and she had 11 rebounds. I believe she was the leading rebounder today. And, of course, Hannah Hughes had 11 and Kennedy Atkins had 3. So we had 3 people in double figures today with the 18 leading, 18 leading by LeMay, 14 by White, and 11 by Hannah Hughes. We had 22 turnovers, but we also had 28 big rebounds. And the good thing is our field goal percentage, for the game it was 47.1%. 3-point percentage, our coach will want to see that go up a little bit, 18.8%. We were only 1 for 8 in the second half and 2 for 8 in the first half. Free throw percentage was 80%, as we had 12 for 15, which is not bad. If my stats are right, and we'll get the official ones to you. In the first quarter, we outscored Covenant 11-5, 20-8 in the second quarter. In the third quarter, Freed Hardeman 15-7 in points. The fourth quarter, Covenant put on the press. We had some turnovers, 17-13 for a final score of 63-33. We're going to take another timeout, and hopefully Coach Joshua Epperson will be back up here for the post-game show. We'll be back on Worthy Road Productions Freed Hardeman Basketball. We are back with the happy final. I like to say happy. Sometimes, every once in a while, we have those unhappy finals. But the happy final today is 63-33, and I have a privilege. I used to live in Mount Pleasant for a short time because I came in to troubleshoot, and I got to watch on Tuesday and Friday night this young lady, and her name is Alyssa LeMay, and she would get double team, triple team. She saw every kind of junk defense, because there were some nice young ladies that played on the team with her at Mount Pleasant, but she was the only one that could put the ball in the hole on a consistent basis. I probably embarrassed her. You had a great game today.
Thank you.
First thing you're going to look at and probably see is you had 18 points. Well, that's just LeMay style right there. Leading scorer. You had, I believe, 11 rebounds, and, Coach, you can correct me if I'm wrong. You were the leading rebounder, and that is a very important stat. And your defense gets better every time I see you play. Did you have fun today?
Yes, sir.
It's great to play here at Freed Hardeman, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And teammates, you're a great passer. You always pick up some assists. You just love playing basketball, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us what you're majoring in?
Exercise science.
Okay, great. Well, I probably say, Coach, over here, this coach needs some exercise and stuff. And season, we've had a tale of 2 seasons so far. We got out to the great start, and then we had the unfortunate injury, but we picked it up, and this was a good win, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. I think it really set the mood for us, and hopefully we're going to bring some more wins.
Well, we're going to get some more wins if everybody plays like they did today. And Got to ask this: what'd you do for Christmas? Now, did you shoot the basketball at the old Mount Pleasant gym a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Did you get what you wanted for Christmas?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Pretty good guy to play for over here, isn't he?
I reckon he's all right.
Yeah, that is a good answer right there. What are you looking forward to in the forward weeks for yourself and the team? But let's talk about what's the team going to do over the next couple of weeks.
Well, we had a really good practice yesterday, and I think coming off those few losses, like, we're just ready to get some wins, and I think we're all focused on the right things now and just ready to play.
Oh, I think
tired of practicing.
I thought that, and Coach and I will talk about this, after a little bit of a slow start, I saw the intensity pick up. I'm going to ask him to elaborate on it in a minute, but does intensity go up when you start scoring? Does intensity go up a little bit?
Yes, sir.
It does, but you know what? Even when y'all weren't scoring, you were playing hard, and that's what's important. And you got a lot of fun teammates, don't you?
For sure.
And,
sure.
you know, anybody on this team can score, and y'all all. And I know Fred Hardeman's been to the Nationals and stuff, but you know what? Y'all are playing sometimes better defense. And in some of the old days, I used to do the NAIA games. Y'all used to outscore some people, but every once in a while folks score a few points. When y'all play defense like you did today, y'all are very good, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Alyssa, I'm going to give you your time, and I hope everybody, including Mo Grimes, is – you know Mo, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Everybody knows Mo, the old sports writer from the Daily Herald, along with Marion Wilhoit. Mo is an institution in Mount Pleasant. I know we've got some people listening. Matter of fact, if Mo could get his computer straightened out, he was listening today. And anything you want to say to any of the Fred Hardeman fans or the folks listening to this broadcast?
I just thank all of them for all their support and how they're always here no matter win or loss, and they're just awesome people.
And we look forward to you. You going to fill that basket up next time I come here?
Yes, sir.
You are. Go on the road, though, don't we?
I believe so.
Yeah, well, we'll give the folks a treat. You and your teammates, and like I said, great team effort, great effort by you. And remember, those 11 rebounds are just as important as those 18 points are.
Yes, sir.
Folks, I wish you could see her. She didn't have the mask. This young lady has a smile that could melt ice cream. That's how good it is. And like I said, I got the privilege of seeing her at Mount Pleasant High School for 4 years. Anyway, Alyssa, thank you for coming by, and we'll let you switch and let Coach have the headsets. And please come back and talk to us again.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. And that's kind of a surprise because, folks, I'll tell you, I sit up in the stands and was scouting a lot of the time. I was up there and sit there with Mo Grimes, who, like she said, was a sports writer. Coach, slow start early, and we'll go ahead and go straight to it.
Yeah.
The minute that second basket went in, the intensity really picked up. It wasn't bad to begin with, but we turned it on, and we got down, and I could hear the shoes squeaking. There wasn't any leather spared on those shoes, was it?
No, there wasn't. You know, the team did a much better job tonight of being a little more aggressive, one pass away, and help side was much better rotating over than it had been in the past, which usually you know as a basketball person is help side defense is big. If you're not in the right spot, then you're going to get hurt down the stretch. But much better job, much more active defense tonight. And did a good job. You know, second half we played a little zone and a little bit in the first half too, something we have not really shown anybody.
But a good change-up. It threw them off their game for a second or two.
And I know that's the thing with Freed. We are a really good man-to-man defensive team, but with us at times this year, we can be a pretty good matchup zone team. So this is nice to be able to put this in and just like you said, throw some people off. May use it a little bit, may use it a lot, may use it none at all. You know how it is in coaching, but it's really good to have as another piece, another weapon in your arsenal.
Oh, it is always great to have that. A lot of things went well. One play, since we've talked about defense, Hannah Hughes came blasting across. She read the passer from the right wing. It was a deep right wing pass and knocked it away from because, let's be honest, Margillis is pretty good in that post there. Yeah. She's got more moves than a hula girl down there. And we came blasting across like that. And I saw some things I liked, and I know you want to see more of. Saw some help the helper. A lot of people, and I'll let you explain that. Sometimes when we can help, but if we don't help the helper, we get in trouble.
Oh, you're speaking our language now. You know, it was funny. We had individual meetings with every player. We talked a lot about different things. And one of the things they said is we don't trust that the help will be there when I help, and which is what you're talking about. But today it was there, and that's going to help. That's the building block where you can have a great defense. When you don't have that, you don't have the trust and confidence you need in your defense because you can't go help because you're scared you're going to give up the layup. So they did a much better job today of rotating, and that's just being part of being active. But hopefully it's part of also playing practice. We work on that, and that's something that they've been working on a lot to improve on. It's good to hear you noticed it because that's nice to hear that not only am I thinking that's better, but somebody else too.
Yeah, it did get better. There are a couple of times, and you'll see in the tape that you'll say something, but it'll be a nice something. But it was much better than before Christmas.
Sure.
Now, great things. Team basketball, we had a lot of assists.
Yeah.
KJ White took over in the third quarter. The third quarter, I mean, she owned it.
Much better. She the thing I was proud of tonight was she had 5 assists and 0 turnovers. And as a point guard, when you have no turnovers and 5 assists, that's big.
Oh, it's really big.
And the one thing, we always got things to work on. One of the things in the third quarter that really the fourth quarter is where it happened is when they got down, they really started trapping and pressuring us and getting after us a little bit more. And we didn't handle that as well at times. They still stayed a game a little bit when that was going on. But overall, she was definitely another shining star for us there that she is continuing to improve in that way.
She drove that lane, drew people to her, dished it off perfectly. She also took it to the hole. She was relentless. And even though she's right-handed, she likes that left-handed layup.
Loves it. It's one of those things that's funny that if you scout us, she's right-handed, but she loves that left hand. It's funny. You'll see her going up floor, and all of a sudden she goes to that left side. But it helps us. A lot of people won't scout us well enough to know that. Now, our conference is starting to figure it out. They're pushing her all to the right side because they know that that's what she loves to do.
And I hate to give the opposition a little credit. If anybody knew it well, Chris Nelson up at Bethel, because he got to see her at Gibson County so many times.
Definitely.
And I'm sure Chris would have loved to have had her in the wrong color uniform.
The wrong color.
Call it
we don't like that purple over there.
And, it's a great thing. Now, Hughes and Chambers always solid in the post. They're going to do their job, and you can't say enough good about it. And in a quiet way, Reagan provides play on the floor, but you don't notice her sometimes.
She's that glue player. She's that player that makes people around her better. And that's the key thing. It's funny when she came here, that's one of the things I'd seen a lot in her when I used to do recruiting at Trevecca is I'm like, this kid makes her team better. Yep. And that's something that a lot of times people overlook, but she's a big cog that makes her teammates better, and that's huge. That's why you got to have somebody. You have to have a couple people like that on the floor that facilitate and then also can just make people better. And she's a really good defender that a lot of times gets overlooked. But if you notice, her person doesn't score on her, and she's there and help. She's always there at the right place.
Very good help and recover. And Crumpler, I know folks say, well, she got 4 fouls, but she did a lot of helping on defense.
She did.
Her floor play was good. And to be honest with you, her three, she had a couple that missed by a millimicron. I mean, just a hair, maybe a little more leg bend, and you got to excuse me sometimes. I get to coaching with that leg bend and stuff. She's going to drill some, and it was a great team effort, like you said. But the press break wasn't all bad. The decisions to make the long pass and the 1-4 press break, there's no way, and they couldn't get over there and trap y'all, and y'all made the pass, and y'all went side, middle, side, and every time y'all went side, middle, side, boom, we're off to the races.
And a couple of them converted, and it looked really pretty, and a couple didn't, and it's like, but you're right. When they did what they're supposed to there, it looks good. It looks great. So.
Really does.
Yeah.
Feeling good about this one.
It's good to get back in that win column, and it was kind of a weird thing with life that we're supposed to play today, forfeiting and giving us a win, but it's nice to get a win also on the floor as well. So it's the first time in a long time that you can say, hey, we won 2 games technically in the same day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's tough to do. And you played a team, and people say, well, they're 0-4, but Birmingham Southern, they play. That's a good team. I know the quality of the program at Birmingham Southern, and they had some other good teams on there. And then they played Faulkner just like y'all did.
Yeah, they played them tough.
So there's nothing wrong with Faulkner.
No, and they play hard.
Yeah, they play very hard.
Really
so
hard.
It was a good workout. We get back into conference play next week.
Next Thursday.
And we're on the road a lot too.
Yeah, Thursday, Saturday, and then makeup against Campbellsville supposed to happen next Monday. COVID may get in the way with the Campbellsville one, but we'll see how that goes there.
And we're going to be flexible. Let's encourage them. Check our website out, not only to check up on what the kids are doing, their stats, but find out when we're playing.
Yes.
And, folks, we want you to come, but if you can't, there's 2 shots at seeing this ball game. Number one, you can see it live because it's Facebook Live here at Freed Hardeman on our website here. And then Paul will post this on YouTube tonight. You can either get it by going to Worthy Road Studios broadcast. It'll be there, or you can type in Freed Hardeman versus Covenant. It'll show up that way, and it's in high def on YouTube.
There you go.
Oh, it was today too. Okay, we were high def today. I just got informed.
Yeah.
And so, the old phrase that one of my coaches used to have, we're cooking with gas and in tall timber. Never understood the first part of that expression, but the tall timber I did. Coach, anything that you want to say to the fans besides encouragement to support us about the team or just to them in general right now?
We appreciate all of them. Our girls really do, and the fan base here is just amazing. There's not many like the fan base here at Freed Hardeman. And we just appreciate their support. We know this is a weird year, and flexibility from everybody is really important. And just seeing the long scope of things, hopefully this COVID stuff won't last forever. And we're just glad every time we get to play and glad that every time they get to be out here to support us. And just know these girls are working hard and working towards the purpose of a great purpose on the floor, but also the higher purpose off the court too, teach them some values that we hope carry on for life after basketball.
Well, you can already tell. When I get to talk to them, and like I said, Alyssa really didn't know me even though I lived there because I always said her manners were impeccable. Yeah, she's almost too nice.
Well,
and if that's the worst thing I can say about her, that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good thing.
That is a pretty good thing. Yes. I did get a text a while ago, and this proves we got listeners. They want to know if the COVID goes away, are y'all going to have summer camps at Freed this summer?
That's a good question. If COVID goes away, we plan on definitely having some different camps. It'll look probably different as far as we're going to hopefully offer even more dates than we have in the past. So we'll look and see what that looks like. We'll get to make those plans as soon as this does clear off to see what it looks like. Overnight will be the only one that it'll have to really clear off for us to do overnight stuff. That'll be the tough thing there. But we plan on trying to get them here. We love it. I know that's how – obviously I went to school at Freed, but came back. That's Coach Neal's camps. I knew how big those were for recruiting purposes too. You start those kids young, get them here.
Gives you a look at it, plus they're going to learn something too.
Yes. I'll tell you a little story. So I've got a 6-year-old and 8-year-old, and they got Lady Lion shirts for Christmas, one of their favorite gifts. And my 6-year-old wore hers for 4 days straight. And finally, we had to make her, with her crying, to take it off because we're like, you got to wash that thing. So anyway, she's like, well, I got to make sure it's ready for Saturday. So she was excited. So, it's the thing, just with my little ones, see how it is with all these kids. You get them here early, really start teaching them things, but also teach them the love of the school. I think that's been big over the years too, is the fact that people grow up in this area in West Tennessee coming to camps and learning some things and also seeing how great this place is. And then, of course, later on we hope they want to go to school here.
It is a great place. Beautiful campus.
It is, yeah.
Facility, athletic facility, second to none. But, man, we've got the auditorium across the street. It's second to none. They even used to hold oldies concerts in there.
There you go, yeah.
Because I worked with the radio station that sponsored those. So I know they actually brought it to Freed's auditorium because great acoustic. But what's even better is the education here.
Yes,
I'm going to tell you what, academics are second to none.
Yeah.
A Freed Hardeman graduate is going to be in line at the top of the line to get a position anywhere.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that's one of the things in our recruiting class and it was kind of a cool thing today. We had our 5 2021, 5 of our commits for next year were here to watch the game. And then we have a 2022 commit that was here as well, 6'1", 6'2" post player that was here as well. So getting them here to see all that, and obviously that's huge for our future that we've already got some people ready to go to help continue the tradition that we have here.
Coach, I wished we could go on the road with you. I love calling Freed Hardeman Lady Line basketball. It's fun.
It is. And I'll tell you this, next week's going to be some great games. Pikeville beat Shawnee State, who's in the top 8 in the country. It's an 8.5-hour drive, so our girls, man, it'd be good to go be road warriors there. And then we get to go play Cumberland's, the one up in Kentucky, who only has 1 loss on the season as well. So 2 really good teams will be playing next week.
And that's right. But don't forget, folks, we got a lot of folks having to come in here, and they got to play us on our home turf.
That's right.
And we're going to be turf. I think Coach McCutcheon trying to tell us
He's showing us to leave, I think. We start turning the lights off on people, right? Isn't that what that's like at church, right? If you stay too long, you stay too long, then start turning the lights off.
Absolutely. Coach Joshua Epperson, it is always fun. I have so much fun interviewing this young man and we get talking basketball, but we got great kids to talk about, a great school to talk about. And, folks, I hope that you enjoyed Alyssa LeMay talk. She is such a class act. And, hey, guess what? We got about 15 to 20 kids in this program that are class acts.
They are.
And the only reason I said 15, 20 is I don't know how many exactly we got. That includes our managers,
Well, we got some great student assistants. And we do have quite a few that are banged up and injured. Some of them, like we talked about, are coming back. Some won't. They'll be out for the whole year. I think we got about 5 or 6 that are injured as of now. So that's tough.
Absolutely.
That's how it goes. Along with COVID, that's not a good thing, but that's just what it is.
Good luck on the road, but I'm looking forward to when you get home so I can see some more good
All right,
basketball.
sounds good.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
There he is, the one and only Coach Joshua Epperson. And I guess it is about time for us to wrap this up for all of my great camera people like Caleb and Gary and Lawson Mann, the executive producer for Mike McCutcheon, the athletic director for Coach Josh Epperson, and the entire Freed Hardeman administration and student body. We want to say thanks for your time. This time till next time, good day all.